November 7th. Yes, sir. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Monday, November 7th. Week 9 in the NFL is wrapping up tonight with Monday Night Football. We're going to talk about the whole weekend. I'm one half of the pod, Darius Butler. Got my co-host, 14-year vet, Antoine Bethea.
What it do, baby?
Yeah, man. This is the first. You got to let them know the new name, man. The new name of this Monday show. No more overreaction Mondays.
Like D-Buzz said, no more overreaction. From now on, it is what it is Mondays. We at this point of the season, man. We not overreacting. It is what it is. Teams are putting it out on the film, and that's all we talking about. Whatever we see on the film come Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. So from now on, man, it is what it is Mondays with the man-to-man pod, baby.
Yes, sir. You heard it, man. It is what it is, and it's a lot of things right now. It ain't good. We're going to talk about it all. Obviously, we're going to start at home. We may start at home. We may have to go somewhere else, too. There's some big teams laying some eggs right now. A lot of high expectations for some teams, some quarterbacks, and they've been dropping the ball. But, going into week 9, about to wrap up week 9 tonight, Baltimore, New Orleans. We'll talk about that game as well. Get some updated looks at our picks through week 9. I did pretty good money line. I don't know how it's gonna come out against the spread. How you feel about your numbers? I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but how you feel?
My money line was strong. Again, like you said, against the spread, a little shaky here and there, but for the most part, man, I think I had a solid Sunday.
Yeah, man. Lot to talk about, man. Obviously, looking forward to hearing y'all reactions as well. Hit us up on Twitter, #M2M Live. Also in the comments as well. But Twitter, using that hashtag, one of the best ways to get your comments, your questions, your concerns addressed live on air. Tone, be locked into that. He throws it, into the chat or whatever, man. But lot to get to, man. So let's hurry up and get to this intro. Obviously, the Man-to-Man podcast is presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Hopefully, y'all made some money on the sportsbook yesterday. I know Boston Connor, he hit a lick.
Ooh, that one, I wouldn't have the balls to make that bet. But I mean, it was. I think it was $5.
Yeah, $25.
$25. Yeah, I made that. Yeah, all day, every day. Yeah, he ate on that one.
I might just hang it up for the rest of the year, just throwing a bunch of duck bets. But I think it was 4 guys, maybe he said would score 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, yeah.
$25, hit him for like $38K.
I'd take that every day.
Shit. But yeah, man, we'll see y'all on the other side. A lot to get to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sun shining on my dog, man. I know he ready, man. Did you you stayed up for that game last night?
Yeah. I stayed. I stayed up for the most of it. I passed out towards the end. A good game though. Good game. I had on one of my prize picks, I had Derrick Henry, man. So I had to see what he was going to do. He smashed that. So
yeah. You knew he was gonna smash that with young boy playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Young boy playing quarterback, man. What you wanna we got these updated numbers? Oh no, if I want to look at it.
Go ahead and put that up.
Right now, Oh shit! I done fell off on the spread, man. All these damn ties, man. You might go ahead and run yours off first. Damn.
Yeah. Money line, man. 80, 53, and 1. And against the spread, I'm 62, 66, and 6. All them sixes, man. I don't know all that.
we got tonight's games, so we'll fix that.
Yeah.
But right now, money line on the season through week 9 before Monday Night Football, 81, 52, and 1, 62, 66, and 6. Don't like that. Against the spread, producer Tone, 70, 63, and 1 money line, 57, 71, and 6 against the spread. And this was this week so far.
Yeah. Yesterday I was strong. I'll take this. Money line, I was 9-3 week 9 against the spread. Was 5-4 and 3. Like my man D Bus said, I don't like a lot of these ties, but I'll take this.
Yeah, I gotta start buying some of these hooks, man. But damn, I told you sure this right, Tone? 3, 6, and 3. Damn, jump in real quick, Tone. I know your math good. You gotta check you on the spelling sometimes. Math good. 3, 6, and 3.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of ties, and then a lot of games like Carolina, the Lions. You picked the Packers because you didn't listen to AB. I mean, yeah, we had a couple bad ones there.
Yeah, but I was 10 and 2.
The Chiefs didn't cover. There was a couple of big ones that didn't cover. Bills.
Chiefs. I don't think the Vikings covered. I don't think my Dolphins covered. They all missed by like barely too. God, damn.
Yeah.
Be like that sometimes though, man. But 10 and 2 money line. I like that. I'm gonna start putting some parlays together with that. And then producer Tone 7 and 5 money line, 4, 5, and 3 against the spread. But some news this morning. Panthers still shaking up their coaching staff after an ugly outing yesterday. Steve Wilkes and the Panthers announced they fired cornerbacks coach Evan Cooper and defensive line coach UConn head coach as well, Paul Pasqualoni. So shaking some stuff up over there in Panthers. Ugly outing yesterday. Ugly. Wilkes declined to name a starter going forward at the quarterback position. PJ Walker obviously been starting. Baker, he's been back practicing, and they activated Sam Darnold. So we might as well get this game out the way real quick.
Man,
which way you going at the quarterback right there? If you Steve Wilkes.
Man, put the name in the hat and pick a quarterback, man. You know, I just think we've seen Sam Darnold last year. You bring in Baker Mayfield to take over that quarterback spot. He wasn't playing good, you know, and then obviously, you know, we got injured. You bring, you know, PJ Walker in. He was playing decent, you know what I mean? But after this last outing, at this point, man, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
You get rid of your best offensive player, C-Mac via trade. So right now, man, it's tough, man. I think they got to do a lot of self-scouting, looking themselves in the mirror, and it's going to be these last 7 games, man. It's going to be telling.
It's going to be tough, man. Sitting at 2-7 right now, and 42-21. This game honestly wasn't even that close
at all.
Baker came in the fourth quarter. But Bengals look good, and they needed this game after the outing they put out last week without Jamar Chase. You know, a lot of people saying, damn, without Jamar Chase, this offense looks ugly, which it did. But well-oiled machine they looked like yesterday. Joe Mixon, if you were playing against him in fantasy, you had a long Sunday.
Long day.
But hopefully Steve Wilkes, you know, obviously gets it figured out over there sooner than later, man.
Hey, man, give me a call, man. If you need me in that DB room, man, give me a call. It's right down the road.
Y'all heard the man. Hey, do yourself a favor now. You ain't gotta worry about him getting there. He obviously already in the area. Wealth and knowledge. Guys gonna respect him from jump. Man know what he talking about. Hey,
I got 7 games in me.
Do your thing, man. You talking about the play?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say. But you called this one from a mile away.
Yeah, man. Packers 3-6 at the Detroit Lions. 2 that sounds stank, right? That sound
6.
3-6, man. I called this upset, man. Lions beating the Packers again, man. Packers have not been looking good. The Lions, they've been playing hard. They've been in majority of their games this year. And it was just, one of them ones. Divisional matchup. They always play each other tough. And Lions came out on top. Still tried to give it away. They still try to give it away. But, A-Rod did not play well yesterday at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I mentioned this probably a couple of weeks ago where I was like, man, I don't think the Packers are going to make the playoffs. And I just think to kind of double down on it yesterday, I don't think that they'll make the playoffs. They could still make a run. But the way the Vikings are playing, even the Chicago Bears, they're looking like they're starting to play a little better with Justin Fields at the helm. So it's ugly for the Packers, man. It's ugly for them.
Real ugly, man. 5 losses in a row. And you look at the teams that they've lost to, most of you look at that schedule coming into the year, and we know that don't mean shit, but you look at that coming into the year, you probably would think at least 4 of those are wins. But 5 losses in a row, I think first time since 2008 that's happened with the Packers. I'm shocked, honestly, to be sitting at 3-6 right now after week 9. The Vikings playing good ball, like you said. Bears, Justin Fields ran for down there 1-8, broke the quarterback rushing record. I think Mike Vick held it for like 173.
Yep.
Man, it just don't look good, man. The defense hasn't been good this year. They only gave up 15 points yesterday, but offensively, man, I remember the drive they get it, the 1 yard line. Lazard gets it all the way down to the 1. You got 4 tries, and your 4th down play is a play to, your Bakhtiari, your left tackle, who's been banged up, barely played in the 4th quarter. You throwing the ball to him, is picked off by the rook. And I think he threw another red zone interception as well. Just uncharacteristic of the career that Aaron Rodgers had. But ugly, man. Ugly. There's been a lot of them, a lot of stuff, obviously, in the media with A-Rod calling out, schemes or receivers or this or that. Obviously, he'll be on Pat's show tomorrow, and everybody will take clips from what he says there. But it's ugly. It's real ugly, something you don't expect from a coach like Matt LaFleur or a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, even with the loss of Devontae Adams, man. 3-6. It is what it is. The Packers, they just absolutely stink right now. And I'm with you.
As an O-line and running back, as an O-lineman, as a running back, you get to the 1 yard line, and your coach don't want to run the ball, man. You got 2 good backs. 2 good backs. AJ Dillon. I would at all times. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot. And I'm watching a lot of games, yo. And I'm like, coaches out here playing Madden. Like, they out here playing Madden. It's like, yo, football's not that hard. Like, they trying to reinvent the wheel, and we put these titles on these offensive coordinators or play callers as gurus, but you don't got to reinvent the wheel. Like, football is football. Like, do what works. You know what I'm saying? But again, like you said, man, you at the 1 yard line and you drop a play to throw it to one of your old linemen, man. It's not good on different fronts, not just the offense, but like you said, defense. Like, it's not looking good, not looking like the typical Green Bay Packers, man. But they'll have ample time in the offseason.
And they ain't going nowhere.
They definitely not going nowhere. So they'll have that time.
Yeah, that contract, Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere with what it would do to the cap. Highly doubt it. But yeah, 9 points against one of the worst, probably the worst scoring defense in the league right now, if I'm not mistaken. Just fired their DB's coach the week prior. Like, Just ugly, all around ugly out there, man. Another surprising game yesterday for a lot of people. Outside of that Jets building, everyone in that Jets building believed they'd be playing some damn good defense. I've voiced some of my concerns about Josh Allen, I think on our Saturday show, but we both still picked the Bills to win and cover. I just thought I didn't think this offense would be able to keep up with the Bills' offense, but the Jets' defense did a great job of containing them. And we always talk about it, getting home and creating havoc with a four-man rush. And they do it, have been doing it better than anybody right now. Jets rankings, defensive rankings, when using a standard pass rush, I think I heard the stat somewhere this morning, 4.6 yards per play, which is first in the league, 11 interceptions, which is also first in the league, and 25 sacks, which is also first in the league. So when you get home with 4, mix it up on the back end, you make it tough on quarterbacks, man. Any takeaways from this one? Bills now 6-2, 0-2 in that AFC East division.
So, Bills, like you said, I think we both had the Bills winning this game. Jets defense is the real deal. And you did mention, some of your concerns about Josh Allen and him being lackadaisical with the ball. And this is the second week where he's been that, but I'm not going to overreact there. I'm not going to base his season off of 2 games. Josh Allen still is a force to be reckoned with. As if you watch the game, him running the rock, making passes, they come out the gate, hit the rook sauce with a double move. Stephon Diggs down the right sideline. But so he does have to correct those issues of him protecting that ball if they do want to, make that run for the Lombardi trophy. But on the flip side, man, the Jets defense is balling. Defense is balling. When you're able to play good defense, sound defense, and you don't turn the ball over, whereas Zach Wilson, he's been struggling making bonehead decisions. You have a good recipe to be in games and then win games. And that's what their recipe was yesterday. Shout out to Michael Carter, man. We actually going to, put his interview up as well. He came in, stepped in, had some huge plays yesterday. Yeah, man. So Jets, man, Jets are serious. Jets are serious. Sitting at 6-3 after 9. So we can't sleep on the Jets. So now
Jets can't creep Jets.
Yeah, Jets can't creep up on the teams now. Like, the teams that hasn't played the Jets on down this stretch, they know this defense is going to be real. They got to figure out, as far as offensively, how they going to structure that moving forward. How is Zach Wilson going to play? What's best for him? But big win for the Jets.
Huge win for the Jets. Not your same old Jets, man. Shout out to Robert Salah. A lot of people were coming at him early on in his, and this was a process that was going to take some years. So hats off to him. Hats off to Joe Douglas. Building this team what looks like the right way. And obviously a lot of that is going to fall on Zach Wilson and his development, how much he can mature. And coming off that ugly loss against the Patriots where he, made bonehead plays, bonehead decisions late in the game, especially in that fourth quarter, he stepped up and made some big plays when they needed him most. So shout out to the young guy bouncing back. You mentioned Michael Carter, James Robinson, they just brought over. They didn't even know if he was going to be up going into the game. He had made huge contributions as well. Sauce been getting a lot of the headlines, Sauce Gardner, which he deserves, and that's what happens when you're a top 5 pick and going into the biggest media market in the world. But DJ Reed on the other side has been, damn near just as good. He's been locked down. Quentin Williams up front, that whole D line up front, man. So shout out to this Jets team, man. You always talk about being able to run the ball, being able to play good defense, take care of the ball. That's a timeless recipe.
That's it, man. It's not hard, D, but it's not hard. Yeah, you want to put points on the board, but play defense and be able to run the rock. Don't turn it over and get turnovers, man. You'll be there knocking at the door, man.
Yes, sir. What's going on out in Vegas, man? This is one of your
Not a damn thing.
Year. I think, right? You picked them to make a run this year, right? No,
Man, D-Bot, you probably put words in my mouth, bro. I ain't no,
NFL,
nah, brother.
his
Nah, you
tweet
ain't.
from NFL on CBS: 17 plus point blown leads by the Raiders in franchise history from 1960 to 2001. It happened 5 times. Under Josh McDaniels' tenure this year, through the first 8 games, it's already happened 3 times where they've blown 17, at least 17-point leads. Listening to Devontae Adams after the game, listening to Derek Carr after the game, who Derek Carr is one of those guys who always says the right thing in the media. He's not going to throw teammates, coaches under the bus, which he shouldn't. Especially that's what good leaders do, and I think he's done a good job in that department. But I heard him being asked about, what's the issue with that? How you blowing these leads? What's going on? And he was like, look, it's a lot I can say, but I'm not going to say it here. But we definitely going to have some conversations, which I think says more than enough coming from that quarterback position, man. But what's going on with these Raiders, man? 2-6 right now, had high expectations, lost at your Jacksonville Jaguars, who move up to 3-6 now. They made a late comeback.
Yeah.
We should take away from I guess both of these teams right now. But start with those Las Vegas Raiders.
So you asked me what's going on out there in Vegas, and obviously not a damn thing. Ain't nothing's going on out there in Vegas. Again, man, I think it's one of the teams that a lot of people had high expectations for coming into the year.
Good on paper.
On paper, yeah. But again, it's any given Sunday, you got to go out there and you got to make it happen. To blow a 17-point lead 3 times, it speaks a lot about the leadership and the players. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we all gotta take accountability.
Right.
So whatever's going on as far as, okay, are we getting lackadaisical on the play calling when we're up on both sides of the ball? It's a lot, and it's tough being outside of the locker room and really trying to put your finger on it. So all we can do is base it off of the tape and what's out there on the tape, what the players are putting out on the tape, and it's not looking good week in and week out. Like you said, 2-6. You can look at the coaching, the head coach. You can look at the players. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not adding up, man. And again, I think everybody most people would have had your Raiders at a way better record at 2-6 right now.
So you can see why. You're gonna have at least three games. You're gonna have 17-point leads. So it's not like you just got a team full of just sorry dudes who can't play the game. And Devontae Adams, I think, was asked about what did the Jaguars do scheme wise to adjust and stop y'all, slow y'all down the second half, and he was like, it's been a lot of games where that has been the case, but this wasn't one of them. He basically said he felt like if they kept doing some of the things that they were doing in the first half, they would have been all right. And as players, when you out there, especially a player like Devontae, who was seeing a ton of different coverages and looks to stop him or to stop his offense, I feel like that's a good, resource, a good person to listen to when it comes to that. Sometimes coaches get in their own way. Like you said, it ain't that hard. Football ain't that hard. And sometimes coaches go in, come out with a game plan. All right, this is what we're doing in the first half. Okay, this is what we did. So in the second half, let's do it. Let's put this wrinkle. Let's do something else. Like, nah, stick to that shit till they stop it. That's kind of Tennessee got a win last week when they was like, hey, they can't stop this run. We just going to keep handing it off. It ain't that damn difficult. But Josh McDaniels got to figure it out, man. And we'll see him back in New England dialing up plays pretty soon. Man, maybe it's Vegas. Maybe it's just Vegas.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But hats off to the Jags, being down 17 and being able to rally and get a win. So again, that says a lot about your team. It says a lot about your locker room. Regardless of what your record is, you continuously going out there, you're fighting. Says a lot about your leadership, Doug Peterson. I think he is going to get that team going to the right direction. They have a lot of young players, good pieces. Yep. So again, good win by them, being able to come back down 17-0.
Yes, sir. Wish we could have came back yesterday, man.
Our Colts 3-5-1 at the New England Patriots, 5-4. Patriots was able to get the win 26-3. And I'm gonna say it, the Colts, it did not look good. It did not look good.
Man,
what is the remedy, B-Buck? What's the remedy right now? Like, what do the Colts do? You bench Matt Ryan. Some might have said, like, it was too early to do that. You bring Sam Allinger in. Do you go back to Matt Ryan? Like, what's the answer? O-line not playing well at all.
9 sacks. 9 sacks.
What you do, man?
Put me in, coach. And say I'm ready, man. Wherever I need, receiver, quarterback, wherever, man. But 3-5-1 right now. You put the rookie in, like you said. But Matt, you got the same issues. And I saw you fired the OC, you fired Marcus Brady. But you as a head coach, you've been calling the plays. And then you come out and you put up, it was like 4 different screen grabs of like 1.9 yards per play. Just all kind of terrible stats that you never want to see. 9 sacks, the most you've given up. So obviously it wasn't it's not just the quarterback, it's not just the OC. We got some structural issues here with our Colts, man. And I don't like calling for people jobs. Like, I know how hard it is, how difficult it is. Huh?
I said,
No, I'm just saying. I know how hard it is to be a coach, to put a game plan together, to have players to execute, to do all these different things. You've had a revolt. You got all the excuses in the world, but we know this is a production business. You judge off wins and losses as a coach, as a head coach. As a position coach, you judge off how your group goes and performs week in and week out. And this offensive line has been one of the most disappointing groups in the league this year. So it's tough, man. It's tough, right? Like I said, I ain't gonna call for nobody's job, but it's ugly right now. It's ugly right now. It's almost time. I feel like that is what it is right now. Now you are in a division where, you don't have no runaway teams there, but it looked like it's time to hit that reset button in Indy, man.
Damn. But
man, it just don't look good, man.
It doesn't. And is it? And then it's like the same conversation we were having last year. It's like, okay, need a quarterback. Do we need a quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the
hell yeah, we need a quarterback. Because Sam, I wish you the best. I'm putting all good vibes, good juju out there for you to succeed. But you got a new OC. So OC's obviously job's putting together, the plays and all that different shit. But you're still behind an O-line that you're under duress. You don't have the player, Jonathan Taylor, who this is what the offense is supposed to be built around. You traded away Naheem Hines, not using the tight ends. Like, it's like, bro, like, what are we doing right now? It is tough to be a Colts fan right now because it's like you go out, like, what are your expectations going into the game? You know what I mean? It's one thing, okay, you lose and you going next week, all right, we're going to get them back this week, we're going to bounce back. Going into the game as a Colts fan right now, you're like, shit, like, how are we going to trigger it off this side? And that's not a good feeling. From the outside, I'm sure from the inside, it's tough right now being a player in that building. But as you said, the players got to take responsibility as far as what they can do better, and the coaches do as well, man. But I'm sure Jim Irsay.
Oh, Jim Irsay, he gonna talk his shit.
Yeah, he bright red right now, driving around in that car. So,
man.
That seat hot though. That seat is hot. I ain't calling for nobody's job, but that seat is hot.
And I think everybody knows that,
Yeah. Part is the business.
It's part of the business. And at the end of we always say this. I think one of the things that every meet room, every meet room, that what they talk about at the beginning of the season and throughout the season is accountability. You got to hold everybody accountable. Like, whoever you are, you got to go out there. You got to do your job. And it's a lot of people not doing their job at the highest level right now. So,
it's a fact. That's a fact. It's a high performing business. And on the other side of that, Patriots, just back-to-back wins for them, or they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back-to-back wins after that ugly loss against the Bears on prime time. And this was I picked the Patriots to win the cover. Young quarterback, you facing a Belichick defense like that usually does not bode well, especially in Foxborough. They're at 5-4 right now. And I think that's
talk about that division.
The AFC East.
That's what I'm saying. Talk about that division.
Right now, looking like the best division in the AFC. AFC East, NFC East, I would say for the NFC side. But yeah, from top to bottom, if you got the Patriots and Bill Belichick bringing up the rear at the halfway point in that division.
At 5-4.
At 5-4, that says a lot. Now you said they wouldn't make the playoffs earlier. I still think that they are a team on the outside looking in as far as that playoff run, but it's hard still for me to bet against Belichick playing late season football. So you got the Jets who are, outperforming a lot of expectations coming into the season. Dolphins as well for most people. I picked them to win the division, but most people, didn't see that. Bills are a wagon still. So that division, man, top to bottom, you may have three come out of this division to make the playoffs. So I ain't with you. I ain't gonna say the Patriots ain't gonna make it. If it's 3 coming out of that division,
shoot, I don't know, man. Right now, if it's 3, they on the outside looking in, D-Buck.
Huh?
I said if it's gonna be 3, they on the outside looking in right now.
So from week 10 to week 18. Let me think real quick.
If I had to put my look, right now, I feel like the Patriots on the outside looking in. But based on, I would go with the Patriots being that third team getting into the playoffs. It would be the Bills, it would be the Miami Dolphins, and it would be the Patriots right now if I had to bet on it. Why? Again, you have Bill Belichick, you have a defense, you have a team that's used to success. Jets playing great ball right now. I'm not taking anything away from them, but again, we talked about it last year. It's like, okay, how can these young teams handle success? You know what I'm saying? So going down this last stretch of the season, like how can the Jets handle success? So right now, if I had to bet on it, I would say the Patriots, but I won't be surprised, man, if they don't make the playoffs this year.
All right, so let's call it right now before we move on. So, I guess you just did. So, Bills gonna win the division. Dolphins will be in second. Patriots third. Jets in fourth. When it's all said.
Yeah. When it's all said and done.
All right, I'm right there with you. I just flipped the top 2. Give me the Dolphins to win it. Bills already started off 0-2 in the division. Give me the Dolphins to win it. Bills second. Pats third, and then the Jets fourth.
I like this division, though. I like it, man.
AFC East, though.
I like it.
Let's go. Where else we at? Whew. The other surprising team. I think I'm both picking to win. We picked the Vikings. I know I picked the Vikings to cover. You did too?
Yeah, I did. Okay.
So Vikings, they win. They win. They beat the Commanders by 3 points. Hey, vibes are high right now, man.
Put the video in, man.
Right now in Minnesota, 7-1, leading that division by 5 games now?
Put that video up, bro.
Huh?
Put the video up, man. I'm watching that shit. I'm like, man, I missed the plane rides, man.
I saw your tweet. I said, man.
You like that?
Hey, Kurt was killing that shit.
Hey, I miss those vibes, man. It's not like it. It's not like it, especially, you go on the road. You go on the road, as we all know, it's not easy winning in the NFL, especially on the road. You on that plane ride, you sitting at 7-1. You probably gonna wrap up the division in a couple of weeks if you keep on this trajectory, man. So Man.
Yeah, when you tweeted that out, because when you see those videos, you think of the same thing. And I got, videos in my phone from, different plane rides, and especially like big victories. Obviously, any win is a big win. Like you said, it's so hard to win in the National Football League. And it's a 7-1 team now, beat the Commanders and move to 4-5 now. And that's a huge win. So now you get back on that plane. After games, you always got your bumps, bruises, or whatever. But after them wins, everything is so good. We vibe. Yeah. You do whatever you do in the back of the plane. You kicking it with maybe teammates or people that you wouldn't normally kick it with. Like y'all obviously all on the plane for 2-3 hours together, whatever it is. Some people, they be doing high knees, karaoke somewhere, get right, getting the blood flowing. But
yeah.
Ain't nothing like it, man.
Ain't nothing like it, bro. Ain't nothing like it.
Especially with Kirk Cousins too, right? Because that's a player that you never really seen in that light. He's driving a minivan and shit like that. And I think obviously vibes are high, but when you're a quarterback and you one of the guys, that makes a difference in my opinion, especially with a team like that, man. So I was thoroughly entertained by that. Like you said, like your tweet said at that top, man, that's what you really miss, traveling the locker room, playing rides. So shout out to the Vikings, man. New GM, new head coach, same quarterback, and a lot of the same core players. You bring over Darius Smith. Obviously, Pat Peterson came over last year. You got some young players in the mix as well doing their thing. But I love to see it, man, when it's those core group of guys that continue to build and change that culture. Because they lost a lot of one-possession games last year, and now they're winning those type of games. So to me, that's coaching, and that's the veteran players, making plays when they need to make plays. So shout out to the Vikings, man, 7-1.
Yeah, and then the way they did it yesterday, like this wasn't no easy matchup. They was down late, was able to get a pick late in the game. So again, the way they're doing it, and again, these are the type of wins that you're gonna need if you're gonna be one of those contenders down the stretch. You need these close wins just to see, the type of character that you got. If you got the grit and able to get these wins. To your point, having those core group of guys where the new guys can come in and just follow the lead, man, and then you can plug and play. Shit, Vikings 7-1. I don't think anybody would have had that right now.
Did you see that play, the touchdown that the Commanders did get with the ref?
Yeah. That's tough, man. But that's part of it.
Has it happened to you?
I have, yeah. Especially playing in that post, you know what I'm saying? Because
you got the back judge back there.
You got the back judge right there, and you got to realize, as players, I think everybody should do this. Like, you got to understand, like, okay, well, what does each ref? What are they looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your line judge. You have to understand, like, what are they looking at? And sometimes they get lost in the sauce because they position themselves in a way where hopefully that doesn't happen, and they're honed in on something. And then shit, guys get to running. They're like, oh shit, they that stop and start ability ain't the same, ain't like everybody else out there. So unfortunately, it happened. It happens. It's happened to me before. But the ref, they don't feel good neither because they look bad out there.
Man, you can tell that ref felt bad. He got up, he rolled over, he looked. Oh, shit. Man, I know him because look like
right hip hurt.
He like he about to go pick it off too.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a pick.
Yeah, he ref felt sick about it, but like you said, it's part of the game, man. Until we start getting robots, that's refereeing everything from the sky, it's gonna be part of the game. Like you said, for players knowing where the refs are, and it's a ref job to stay out of the way, But
sure.
To your point, it's tough. You get lost in his office. A lot of people moving fast, ball in the air, so the ref looking at the ball, he probably looking at the people. But yeah, for the most part, obviously refs stay out of the way. That's why you rarely see that. But it's happened to me as well with like an umpire, I think, on like a crossing route or something like that. And it just it's part of the game. But that was that was funny, man. I sure wasn't funny to the Vikings at that time, but
we got a question. We talking about the Commanders more More ask a question. Do we think Dan? All right. Do we think Dan? You can comment in the comment section as well. Do we think Dan still owns the team at the beginning of the next season? Man, I don't think he'll be the owner next season. And that's just me. That's just me. You know, we talk about a lot of the things that's been going on in our organization, front office, players, you know, a lot of stuff with the owner, Dan Snyder, man. So I don't know. You know, obviously it came out with, you know, he has the Bank of America going out there and doing some things, seeing, you know, possibly what they could be able to get if they sell the team. But I don't know, man. That's a great question. I'm gonna say no. Maybe he might be minority. Maybe he's not the majority owner. But I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no too if I had to bet, because he's been a cockroach thus far. He's been able to survive a lot of different things, a lot of shit. But I think this lad that they're investigating something criminal. I didn't really get all the way into it. And then he also went and reached out to Bank of America to start facilitating that sale of the team. So I think he's gonna be out of there, man. Irsay has been outspoken about it. I think, you know, if it comes to a vote, maybe even the owners would. Because one thing about it, they don't want that block to get hot. And Snyder got the block hot, right? It has for a while now, but yeah, I think Snyder will be up out of there, man.
Yeah.
They're saying it may go for over $7 billion.
Yeah, what they were talking? I think they were talking about Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z might team up, and
saw that.
Somebody else. I seen somebody else, but we'll see. I think it's.
I saw his name to get thrown in the mix. We shall see. Let's fly through some of these other games. Cardinals took an L to the Seahawks. Cardinals sitting at a disappointing 3-6 right now. Very, very disappointing 3-6. Seahawks 6-3. Geno still cooking. Had showed some resilience yesterday. But defensively, offensively, Pete Carroll's done a hell of a job with this team, man. Seahawks get another impressive win by at least 10 points, which with this season, you look at the landscape, you know, that says a lot of things. It's their fourth game, maybe winning by 10 or more points, man. But any takeaways from the Seahawks, Cardinals, NFC West, Week 9 matchup?
I think some changes going to be made over there in Arizona.
All right. I heard what APC. He tapped in over
there. I think some changes are going to be made in Arizona, man. Again, to our point, you know, when you're looking on paper, you know, the players that you have on that team, and you're not able to produce on the field, like something has to give. We can't keep having the same excuses. Started off hot last year, end of the season. Shit fell to the wayside this year, you know, 3-6 at the midway point, at the halfway point. Mr. Bidwell, I know he's not liking that, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I truly believe some changes will be made. Where, I'm not sure. You know, in the comment section or media, you know, I mean, I guess we are in the media, huh? So I mean, you can talk about it. And you can have your own opinion, but you know, some changes will be made. And Seahawks, like you said, man, Geno Smith balling, offense
still ain't go back yet.
Defense doing their thing, man. So complimentary football out there, man. Love to see it.
Love to see it. Let's move on, man. Rams, Bucks, 3-5 Rams. Another disappointing team coming off the Super Bowl. That Super Bowl hangover is real out there. They lose 13-16 at the Bucks. Bucks move to 4-5 now, which that record, we talked about the Patriots being 5-4 at the bottom of the AFC East. Bucks sitting at 4-5 at the halfway mark, and they are at the top of the NFC South, I believe. So, but Brady went in his bag and pulled some vintage Brady. I thought the game was over. After that Scotty Miller drop, You know, they didn't get points. Big breakup from Jalen Ramsey, I believe, thought it was over, but got the ball back. Brady drives down, gets a touchdown. Any thoughts on either one of these teams going forward? Can either one of these teams turn it around?
No, it is what it is Monday, D-Butt. These teams are they are who they are. They stink, bro. That game last like this. Tom Brady at the end of the game, he came and did what he did. I'm more disappointed in the defense. Like that the Rams defense, yeah, that shit was piss poor that last drive.
Pitch and kick,
pitch and catch. Let them get out of bounds. Like no pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like the Tampa Bay Bucks, their offensive line is struggling a little bit. Like, give me a little 5-man pressure. Like, get Brady off the mark. Like, if you get one sack, your probability of winning that game goes here. You know, but now you know when you, as we know, you go no huddle. You go no huddle to slow the rush down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. And it wasn't really no huddle, but it was up tempo. And that was piss poor. That was piss poor. Just the way it was, just seemed like lackadaisical on the last drive. You're trying to win the game, and you do that, man. So again, it is what it is. The Rams are who they are, offensively, defensively as a team. Yeah, last year was last year, but right now 3-5 doesn't look good. The Bucks, that shit don't look good either. Yeah, you are at the top of your division, but that shit ain't sweet neither, man. I don't think they turn this around. You win your division because your division is not that strong right now. But even if you do get in that dance, they'll be home first week.
But hey, Bucks turning it around, 4-5 right now. Brady put the statement out.
Yeah, Pat.
What everybody been talking about, all that, it's true. The divorce is final. We ended. I'm not going to use the word that you was messing with me on Saturday, but we ended it on good terms, him and Giselle, so they moved forward. And I think that I'm gonna just be wrong. I got my faith in Tom. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So I'm gonna just be wrong when he does fall off. So I think the Bucks end up turning it around, man.
D-Buck, I'm with you, D-Buck. Like
defense,
I rock with Tom, but unfortunately, it's more than just Tom, though. Defense
out in the 13.
Man, the Rams' offense is trash, bro. I'm talking about when we looking at the playoffs. Okay, they win their division. All right, the division is not great, right? You get into the offs, man. You going against Philadelphia Eagles. You going against the Minnesota Vikings. You going against the Dallas Cowboys. Man, that shit ain't sweet.
Look, man. Look, all those teams you named, guess what they all got in common? Quarterbacks that don't got a ton of experience, or success in the postseason. Now, Mike McCarthy got experience and success in the postseason. Dak, not so much. Philly, you got a young quarterback, Jalen Hurts, young coach, Nick Sirianni. Yes, they are they rolling right now. They were my Super Bowl pick to start the year to make it out of the NFC. I'm still riding with them. But it is something to that experience on that.
It is.
And then the other team you mentioned, the Vikings. Once again, first-year head coach, Kirk Cousins, big stage. If I'm laying my bet, I'm laying my $25. My 25, I got to make a bet with my life on it in one of those games. I'm probably gonna go with the Bucks. Keep it real.
Shit, let's make that bet right now. Let's make that bet right now. Then
I got to see it. It's just like with Belichick. It's hard to bet against Tom in November, December football. But
let's make that bet.
Everybody fall that for some point.
Let's make that bet live right now. November 7th, 2022. On the Man to Man podcast. Let's make that bet.
Nah, I'll just be talking.
Oh, shit.
Last night, Sunday night football game. You mentioned it earlier about winning ugly games. That was something that Patrick Mahomes said after this game. These are some of the games you're gonna have to win if you want to get that Super Bowl. Obviously, young quarterback, ton of playoff experience already. I don't know if his November, December record is something crazy since becoming a starter, but crazy stat I saw this morning. This dude has moved to .529, so a winning percentage in games in which he enters the fourth quarter trailing, which is absolutely insane as a stat. So Patrick Mahomes basically gonna find a way to win. 6-2 right now. The Titans are at impressive 5-3 right now, but this was a close game. Chiefs found a way to get it done in overtime late, kind of like they always seem to do. Any takeaways from this one? Obviously, Malik Willis making his second start. Tannehill sat out. He wasn't dressed, had an ankle injury. 0 wide receivers caught a ball last night for the Titans.
And they only lost by 3. So
and the Chiefs had to go score late and go for 2 to get this game in overtime. So the recipe was working, I guess. But any takeaways from either one of these teams?
Shit, it's some ugly ball, D-Buck. It's some ugly ball where you in a game and a receiver talking about the Tennessee Titans and a receiver doesn't catch the ball. I know you have Derrick Henry, Malik Willis, he's a threat with his legs, but I've never seen that.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like that. And then on the flip side, the Chiefs, they can't run the ball. Even though, Patrick Mahomes, he was able to, make some plays with his legs, like they can't run the ball. And I don't think, again, we talked about it early in the show. We talk about it in past shows. Like when it get down to crunch time, you got to be able to run that route. When it gets December football. So they have some things that they need to work on as well. Sitting at 6-2, I would much rather be working on things sitting at 6-2 rather than 2-6.
Fact.
But they got to figure some things out on the offensive side of the ball where you just can't, depend solely on Patrick Mahomes. They got to have some type of run game in there. But again, good game.
If there's one team that I say don't need to run, it'd be Mahomes and them Chiefs. Only because of obviously the coach of Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, but the quarterback, man, Mahomes, there were questions once again with him. Kind of the same with Aaron Rodgers coming into this year. You lose your top dog. All right, one of your top dogs. He still got Travis Kelce there. How's it going to look? Dude threw for 460. Obviously, you threw the ball 68 times, but you threw it for 460 something. You ran for another. As a quarterback, you ran for 60. And then if I just got, Mahomes, go out there and figure it out. Get some shit. Figure it out. I like him to figure it out. So
I get that.
Regular season, postseason. So if it's one team, and I know historically, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run. I think the Chiefs, when they need to, they can stop the run. But this would be the team that I say, you know what?
No, I get that because of what Patrick Mahomes has been able to do. His resume speaks for itself. I get that. But we also know when we getting them off, you're going to have them defensive teams that's going to have them dogs coming off the edge. And you passing 68 times, shit, that's not something that you want to do.
Ain't a good recipe.
It's not. You understand what I'm saying? So at that point, what I'm saying is, yeah, he can do it. Yeah. Do you want to see him do it that way? Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Hell no. So again, I'm not saying you got to have a run game like the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, but you have to have a run game that's going to keep your opposing defense at least honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. That fourth quarter, I gotta say this again. That fourth quarter record shit is insane. Mahomes now has a winning record in games that he enters the fourth quarter losing. Now at 529. I think the next closest was somewhere in the 300s, I believe. But my Chargers figured out, found a way. I knew they would to win it.
Boy,
I knew the Falcons were gonna find a way to trick it off. 2017 Falcons. Chargers win. Missing Mike Williams, missing Keenan Allen. It don't matter. Justin Herbert.
What? What?
They're not living up to the expectations this year, but it's a lot of time left. I'm still bullish on this Chargers team right now. Finish second in that division.
You ain't say that. You don't even say that with confidence.
But in that division, now this was the division AFC West, that was the one that everybody, hey man, it's gonna be 3 playoff teams. You're gonna have to win 12 games. Russell Wilson to the Broncos, Devontae to the Raiders. I still think Chargers, as ugly as it has looked thus far, they 5-3 right now and missing some of their biggest weapons, some of their best players, which I'm assuming they'll get back at some point in the season. So yeah, I still feel good about this mob for sure. But 2017, they get a close win over the Falcons. They don't cover. But Falcons sitting at 4-5, still in the fight in that NFC South. Which way did you pick this game?
I picked the Falcons.
You still haven't learned about them damn Falcons.
I picked the Falcons, man. It was crazy. Eckler fumbles. Man, he pick it up. He running down the sideline. He fumbles. Like, that's the game right there.
Chargers go Charger, Falcons go Falcon.
Oh man, but no, I definitely had the Falcons in this one, man. The Falcons, they still there fighting against the Tampa Bay Bucks. But your Chargers, man, they found a way to win. You gotta have it.
That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta find a way. We talked about Panthers game. I think we hit all the games. Before we get to the Monday night game, it's the standings through, so far. Obviously, we got a game tonight.
That AFC East right there, they looking real strong right now. Bills 6-2, Jets 6-3, the Dolphins 6-3, and the Patriots at 5-4. AFC West, you got the Chiefs sitting at 6-2, Chargers 5-3, Broncos 3-5, and your Las Vegas Raiders 2-6. And we take it to the north. The Ravens 5-3, Bengals 5-4, Browns 3-5, and your Steelers at 2-6. And finishing up with the AFC South, the Titans are 5-3, your Colts 3-5-1.
In the fight.
Jags 3-6, and then the Texans 1-6-1. And there you have it, your AFC.
Dang, it go to NFC, man. Start with that NFC East once again, looking good. Eagles 8-0, Cowboys 6-2. Giants 6-2, Commanders 4-5, NFC West. Seahawks sitting up top at 6-3, 49ers 4-4. Hey, 49ers scary though. Browns 3-5, Cardinals 3-6. Moving over to the NFC North, Vikings 7-1, Packers 3-6, Bears 3-6, Lions 2-6, and then in the NFC South, Bucks up top 4-5. Falcons, I guess, tied with them 4-5. Saints 3-5, and then the Panthers sitting at an ugly 2-7. Got a couple questions. People using that hashtag M2MLive. Darius Butler and Antoine Bethea in the Man Pod. Is the only job with an OC play calling? As a player, does it matter who calls the plays? No, more to the OC's job. You're putting the plan together. You're obviously knowing, who's in, who's out, who are we going to get touches where, what's the red zone plays, what are the goal line plays? Because going into a week, it's not like the whole playbook is open every week. You practice plays, you rep those plays, and then as you go into the game, good play callers, in my opinion, they have players that are prepared to, if we need to adjust and change some things, we can do that. And all right, they giving us some different looks than we expected. They giving us some new shit we saw on film. Let's call it a little differently. So you put that together, and then some OCs call plays on Sundays, some don't. Usually, if you play for a head coach that call plays, so you do all that, and then the head coach calls the plays, which is a whole different skill set. But I think it for sure matters who calls the plays, though. 1,000%, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, AB.
Nah, I definitely it does, because a lot of OCs, they have different feels of the game. Some OCs have a better feel of the game as far as, okay, this is what's working, this is what's not working. And then also you got to think about in that equation where you have a pass game coordinator and you have a run game coordinator, where that kind of plays into the equation where, they sitting down in the meeting room, hey, I think this is good. We're gonna run to the bubble this week, or we're not gonna run to the bubble this week. Or the passing game coordinator can, break different things down. So again, man, it does depend on who's calling the game, If anybody will say that doesn't make a difference, they some damn fools.
Yeah.
But to D But's point, an OC's job is just more than just calling a game. You gotta put the plan together and put the right pieces in the correct places.
Absolutely. Hey, hashtag M2M Live. Tone, shout out Tone. 2 questions. If you could have any QB and any wide receiver to make your QB wide receiver combo playing right now, who would you take? Also, if you were making a current day secondary, who are your 2 corners and 2 safeties in nickel?
Great question, Tone. Great question, Tone. Ooh, my quarterback and my receiver.
I'm gonna make mine quick, easy. You put Mahomes back with Tariq Hill. Mahomes to Hill.
I'm gonna do something different. Give me Josh Allen and AJ Brown.
Josh Allen, AJ Brown. That's interesting. That's an interesting combo. Can't go wrong with it though.
Yeah.
What about your secondary?
My secondary.
I have a young secondary, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go corner. I'm gonna go Surtain.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Surtain, and I'm gonna put a vet. I'm gonna go with Darius Slay. I'm gonna give me a vet.
Same. That was my same too on the outside at the corner position.
And then in the slot, give me Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh, okay. He can play it. Give me same 2 corners on the outside, Slay and Surtain. Give me K'Wan Williams out in Denver as my slot corner. Plays good ball in San Fran. Very smart player, physical. Ended that Jacksonville game last week with that pick with the cast on. Give me K'Wan Williams in the slot. Same 2 corners as they be on the outside, Surtain and Slay. At the safety position, safeties.
Who you got?
Give me Minka. Give me Minka. I know he had a rough outing against the Eagles, but give me Minka. I like him. Give me Minka and give me Javon Holland out in Miami. Those would be my 2 safeties. Rangy, will come up and hit you, will make plays on the ball. Give me Minka, Javon Holland at the safety, Surtain, Slay at the outside corner, K'Wan Williams at the nickel. Who are your safeties?
Man, give me a vet, man. I like Harrison Smith, man. We're gonna be able to do a lot with him in the secondary. We're gonna be able to move around. He's great at disguising. And then give me Derwin James. Somebody just said it. Give me Derwin James. We'll be able to do a lot with those 2 safeties. So again, safeties is Harrison Smith, Derwin James. I got I got Asante Samuel in the slot. I got Darius Slay and Pat Surtain at the corner.
I do like Diggs, but I'm good with my corners though.
Yeah, I like Sauce too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sprinkle some vets in there too.
Yeah, smart man. Let me see. Let's get to one more of these questions. Dustin Berg 4 from Twitter, hashtag M2M Live. Will Justin Herbert's career be wasted in LA? Are the Chargers cursed?
He not gonna win no chip. I know that. Not with the Chargers. Say what you want.
I ain't gonna say that. Young career, man. Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, all these guys so young, man. I would like to see him stay in LA his whole career. I don't necessarily believe in curses, like that. But Brandon Staley, I believe, you gotta have some growth there. I think you need to use more of his skill set in the offense. Joe Lombardi, the offense is very vanilla. But if Sean Payton mess around and take that Chargers job, or they call old D Butt, who would be my OC? don't know. But I think Herbert will win one. And no, I don't think the Chargers are cursed. What's your thoughts on that one, AB? Well,
yeah, I'm not with you I'm with you on the curse situation. I don't, believe in all that. But in LA with the Chargers, I don't think Herbert wins one. Now, if he moves somewhere else, and even to your point, you bring a Sean Payton in, I think the likelihood, goes up a little bit. But it's tough, man. It's tough to win that chip.
You got to learn how to win, man. You got to learn how to win from a coaching staff to players to a quarterback. Like it's little things. Like you have to learn how to win, and there's some growing pains to that as well. You think about Peyton, like Peyton Manning. Most people put him, top 3 all-time quarterbacks. Like he had to go through shit a lot of time in the AFC and learn how to get over that hump. As a player and the staff, Dungeon, those guys, like everybody on the defense, y'all on the defense side of the ball, like y'all had to it's a process to that shit. And I know we live in a microwave society now where, hey man, that's a good player, that's a smart coach, good play caller. They should win 13 games and win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, that shit don't work like that. Going on to Kansas City with Andy Reid and Mahomes, like what they've been able to do, like that's special. What the Patriots able to do, that's special. So it's tough to win one, but I think he's good enough to win one. I think, you put the right pieces around him, you got a chance, man. At Lane Westerfield. The Browns are sitting at 3-5 right now, 2-1 in the division. Deshaun is available to come back week 13. If you're the Browns management, is there a cutoff record-wise, good or bad, where you keep Jacoby in for the year or you put Deshaun in no matter what come week 13?
You put Deshaun Watson in the day he's ready.
Tell you what, when you hand over a check that's like $230 million guaranteed, you put the shot. Now, maybe if they sitting at a 10-2 or some shit like that, they just rolling, maybe. But you get $230 million guaranteed with everything that came with that.
No question.
Yeah, you
go, sir. Here you go.
Out there, cuz. Right now, week 9 wraps up tonight. Who is your mid-season NFL MVP?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Huh?
I said, wow. What's your reason?
Man, I think vast improvement. He has his team sitting at 8-0, playing great ball. And if it was anybody else's name or anybody else's team sitting at 8-0, I don't think we'll have any discussion about who the MVP is. And he's playing really, really, really good ball. So Jalen Hurts is my mid-season MVP.
I'm right there with you. I've been on this Jalen Hurts train, bandwagon, whatever you want to call it, from the jump. Just from the outside, I don't know him personally, but just seems like a special, young man, a special leader, obviously a special player that you see on Sundays. But guys seem to gravitate to him, rally around him. Heard Nick Sirianni talk about him kind of more in depth when he came on Pat's show a few weeks back. So yeah, Hurts, everything obviously we saw what he went through in college, being benched, the national stage, being benched from the #1 program in the world, like at the quarterback position, that's tough. But he went to Oklahoma, bounced back, 2nd round pick, dealt with some things in Philly. And then coming in this year, a lot of people were saying, hey man, Philly got A.J. Brown, got Devontae, got the defensive pieces. If Jalen Hurts could just, if he could work out, if he the answer, it's the 1 year. If he can't do it, we're going to use these picks to get another guy. And he's done nothing but blow away expectations. Like you said, sitting at 8-0, undefeated. I'm right there with you. Jalen Hurts is also my mid-season MVP.
Yeah, Taylor 417. Geno Smith MVP. I think Geno Smith is in that MVP conversation. Definitely the way he's playing. But if I had to give an award right now, yeah, Jalen Hurts.
I would go Jalen. Yeah, I'll go Jalen. But we might have mentioned that last week about Geno, that he definitely
no doubt. Yeah.
needs to be in the MVP conversation with his play. Tyreek Hill, what he's been able to do. Unbelievable tour. Obviously, he missed some games, but he's having a great season. Josh Allen's having a good season. Patrick Mahomes having an unbelievable season. So it's definitely names, but we both agree with the Jalen Hurts one. I think that's it, man. I think that's it for the most part. 5-3 Ravens at the New Orleans Saints, who sit at 3-5 right now. Ravens are 1.5-point favorites. If you listen to the Saturday pick show, you already know where we're going with this one. But what's your thoughts on this one, AB?
Man, it's gonna be a tough one, man. I had the Ravens at first, man, but then it was while we were recording the show, Sefty came out with a tweet. And it was what Mark Andrews was out is doubtful. Gus Edwards doubtful. Obviously,
Bateman out for the year.
Yep, he's been put on IR. And that right there, it was like the defense been a little inconsistent. So right then and there, man, I changed my pick, and I'm going with the New Orleans Saints to win at home.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. Saints, I think Saints win a close one at home. Won't be surprised if Lamar, pulls some shit out of hat and get a win. Shit, he could win this game by 3 touchdowns. But Ravens are 1.5-point favorites, so I'm gonna take the underdogs in this one as well. Saints at home. I think they figure out how to get a little scratch and claw type win. Who's making their debut for the Ravens on defense?
Oh, Roquan.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah,
Bears. He's making his debut on defense, so I expect him to make an impact. That's a big.
I like that. I like that move from the Ravens, man. Going to get him, I think what he'll be able to bring to that team is significantly a significant improvement at the position.
Parlay will be up soon, real soon.
D-Jack, we'll see what D-Jack got, man. D-Jack playing tonight, the old vet, stretching the field. He can still stretch the field. But again, Ravens at Saints tonight, Monday Night Football. Ravens 1.5 points favorite. Myself and D-Butt, we have the Saints. We have the underdog. As always, we appreciate y'all tapping in. The Man Pod. It is what it is. Mondays. Shout out to FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sponsor of the Man Pod. Have a great week.
Yeah.
Get you 30 minutes today, tomorrow, Wednesday. Get you a sweat in. And we'll be back on Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, man. And do me a favor, man. Y'all help me out. I got to call in 45 minutes. So tweet me at my name down there, at Darius J. Butler. Use the hashtag SGP. Also tag FanDuel Sportsbook and let me know. Give me some props for the night. I'm definitely going Kamara anytime TD. I think I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson. I may use his rushing prop. Gotta figure some other ones out though. But this daylight saving time's kind of threw me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, my daughter was talking about that this morning for school. I'm like, man.
We out early, 6 up in the morning, sun just up. But who is it? Arizona. They don't do daylight savings, right?
Yeah, they don't do that. Nope.
I thought we voted against that, man. Thought we got daylight savings up out of here. But anyway, yeah, y'all see what G.I. Joe 317 said. Hit the like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And appreciate everybody who, old heads who've been from the jump, new people who joining in halfway through the year, man. Hopefully we can only continue to get better. But we appreciate y'all. We will see y'all Thursday live. I'll be from the Thunderdome. AB always on them. We ain't no telling where AB gonna be shooting. Man. We'll be live.
I'm here at the crib. Spectrum got me back right, man. It was last Thursday. We apologize, man. It was some unforeseen measures.
My direct TV ain't working right now.
It's 2022, man. We still having trouble with.
Come on, man. Just if it's something that you're gonna have the best Wi-Fi, the best cable 24/7, but look, it's gonna cost you X amount of dollars per month. Let me at least have that option in 2022. We got Starlink, we got people going to Mars, the moon. I just want cable and Wi-Fi all the time. That's it. I mean, even outside my house, let me walk down the street and stay connected to the Wi-Fi. That should work too. Shit.
That's it. And if it rain, I don't want my shit jumping.
Bro, rain? We talked about rain. Come on, man. I know you just spent 44 on Twitter. Get us right, cuz.
Hey.
Get us right, man. We appreciate y'all, though, man.
As always, man. We see y'all Thursday, live, 10 a.m.
Yes, sir. Hold on. We got to see this one more time before we get up out of here. You like that? So I'm going into the week this week. I got one change.
Keep going.
All right, ladies and gents, y'all have a good one.